Hey guys, so I'm about to have a vulnerable moment. I rarely do this. Don't make me regret it. Okay? I'm gonna let y'all in my business. Here's a little bit. Okay, so let me tell y'all a story about how I will never give a that's not in my league a chance ever again. Um, so you know how guys be like, listen, I swear, like, you ever give me a chance, I'm gonna really show you. I don't fall for those guys, right? I like what I like type person. If you didn't get me within the first 10 minutes of me talking to you, you probably ain't never gonna get me, right? So there was a gentleman that had been reaching out to me when I tell you for over 10 years. Over 10 years in my DMs talking to himself most of the time. Within the past like 3 years, maybe I might have given him my number through Instagram because I was having a vulnerable moment. And we've had conversations before. We've met in person. I just was not interested.
So she's calling the guy a loser, but then she gave her number to this loser. So you give your number to losers? Okay. That tells us a lot about you, no?
Okay. It got to the point where he was
It's
so
like you're insulting yourself and you don't realize it. If this guy, if you're talking down on him, you're saying, "Wow, this guy was in my DMs for 10 years. What a loser." I would agree. That would be a loser. That's a simp. It's a dork. Your attention, if you're a guy doing this, and I don't think I need to tell you, but if you're a guy doing this, your attention is pretty much worthless. So why would she then value it if it's so easy and it's so attainable and you have no interest, you continue to give the attention without any reciprocation? That makes you a loser. Fix it. Get your shit together and don't be a loser. But if that's the case and that's the type of guy doing this, and I would agree, that's kind of like a loser. But then you give your number to him, that means you give your number to losers. So what does that say about you? I don't think she realizes that's what she's saying here.
resilient, so persistent that I was like, maybe I guess I'll try. So whatever, he ended up getting my number, and now he's talking to himself in my DMs and texting me every morning, sending me prayers every morning. That's scripture. Okay, I love that. And if I went through a really really emotional time last year, so like little stuff like that was really hitting home for me, and touching my soft spot. So he got cool points for that from me. For whatever reason, I don't really know how my brain functions and why I was allowing certain things to go on,
Sounds like you're desperate.
but I did nonetheless. So here we are. I started being like, hey, if I'm in town, I'll hang out.
Not just desperate, but like desperate for genuine male attention to where it's like almost sweet. Because perhaps she's getting male attention, but it's only sexual and it's fleeting. So perhaps she's desperate for male attention, but in a different way, where it's more meaningful and loving and pedestalizing and nice and like flattering, essentially. She's like, I don't know what was going on with me. I don't know why I did it. That's why. So yeah, you are desperate for male attention that is going to be consistent and endearing and flattering, and it comes at you in a pedestalizing way. And you like it because it makes you feel good, getting all this validation and attention from a man. And it's not just sexual attention that comes and goes when it feels. And I think that's what she was starved for. She was starved of.
He started being like, hey, I am going to send a flight for you. Come hang out with me. I want to show you that I want to marry you. And I used to respond like, hey, bro. Every nigga says that, right? Every nigga
Hey, bro. Hey, bro. Hey, bro.
wants a piece of you until they get you in and they're gone. No, I'm going to marry you. You're my dream woman. So now,
So what was I saying? It's like, it's not just sexual interest. It's no, I want to marry you. I want to make you a wife. You're a wife. You're supposed to be a man's wife. You're supposed to be a mother. It's just a different type of attention she's getting now. It's like flattering. It's endearing. It's wholesome. It's not just, hey, I want to sleep with you. Where you at? Come through.
I'm like, all right, it's cool. I go to a wedding with him. I like going to weddings. I like seeing people show posts because I enjoy things like that, right? So I start considering actually flying to go see him. And now I'm like on his page, picking him apart. Like, he'll send me videos like, hey, I went and got my teeth cleaned. I know how much you like when people get their teeth cleaned. I was like, okay, effer. He's like, well, that's real nice. I like that type of stuff too. I'm like, you know what? He's so nice. Let me give him a chance. So I'm looking on his page, like looking at his teeth, looking how tall he is, looking at his body. And then I go, what's up with that hairline? And I look past it. That should have been my telltale sign. I'm looking at all his videos and looks like he has like a freaking painted on hairline, and I still went against my better judgment.
See, and this is how crazy things have become. This is how normalized makeup has become, that women don't even realize this is like what she's criticizing here. She's criticizing a man who seems to be doing things to cover up his receding hairline, or he's doing things to compensate for that. So she's sitting here pointing and judging that man for that, but is like completely unaware that she has eyelashes on right now that are not real. If I were to pluck those things off, this woman would look entirely different. She's wearing makeup. She's got fake nails on. And again, she wants to talk about hairlines. Hers looks like it's painted on. Is this her real hair? I don't know. But it's like makeup is such a psyop, both to the people who see it and the people who are putting it on and portraying it. It's like so much so that you'll be in person, you'll be out and about, and you'll see a beautiful woman walk by, and that beautiful woman has fake eyelashes, makeup. Maybe she's got some plastic surgery done. Maybe not, but maybe she's got hair extensions. She's got all these different beauty enhancements going on, and it's become so normalized. It's such a psyop, I guess, that people will see a beautiful woman and they'll think that's a beautiful woman. But what they won't do is think that's a beautiful woman. Wait a second. She's got all that on. No, that's not even what she looks like. I wonder what she looks like without it. She's probably not that beautiful. Therefore, what she actually looks like is not this. I'm being deceived. My eyes are deceiving me. This is bullshit. This is fake. And so these women have become so comfortable with wearing makeup, putting on a face that isn't what actually they look like when they wake up and look in the mirror. It's a completely different face, and it's so normalized that they don't even realize it. They don't even realize what they're doing. They've got all these fake enhancements going on here, these beauty enhancements, and then they're judging people who are also perhaps trying to enhance or cover up or compensate. He's compensating for his shitty hairline, and she's compensating for her shitty natural eyelashes, but she doesn't realize it. You don't have any room to do this. If you're going to point and laugh at his hairline, I'm going to need you to take off those eyelashes first.
He got me. So even after all my investigative work, that hairline, he got me. This is how he got me. I went on that boat. When I went on that boat, I got real bored and really, I don't want to say lonely because that wasn't the word, but I was just like in need of some type of energy, right? So he's messaging me while I'm on there, and I was like, you know what? I fly back to Houston I get back to Houston when I get there. Pull up. You live very close to there. Pull up. He was like, oh, I got this, that, and the third on Sunday. I was like, well, don't blow your opportunity. And he was like, you know what? You're right. I'm going to take this opportunity. You're giving me a window of opportunity. I'm going to take it. Oh, Lord. He's like, I'm going to drive down there on Saturday, stop drinking with you about 9 o'clock, and then drive back at 5 in the morning so I can make it back for X, Y, and Z on Sunday. I was like, hey, baby, whatever you choose to do, that's your business. Thirsty, right? So make a long story short, when I got off that boat and got back to the house, he was in Houston waiting for me. And I was like, just pull up to my mom's house. Like, just come hang out. I didn't realize by the time he got there how tired I would be. So now he's at my house, my mom's house, and I am exhausted. I can barely keep up with the conversation. He's chipper. He's ready. You get me? It's about 1:30, 2 o'clock, and I am pooped. All right? But he's still there, not leaving, not catching none of the vibes that I'm clearly not being myself. Make a long story short, I get up and go out. We go out. We go to eat, and then we go to drink with my cousins and my friends. There were so many signs in the night. So many signs that I should have just took my black ass home, but I chose to stay the night with him because I felt like, he drove all the way here. I could at least stay the night with him. That's the least I could do. Boy.
Excuse me? You are rationalizing. Well, he came all the way here. The least I could do is spend the night with him. Well, no, I don't I think the least you could do is go ahead and send him on his way and call it a night. No, but you chose to stay the night with him. Okay, I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing.
because I felt like, he drove all the way here. I could at least stay the night with him. That's the least I could do.
Yeah, you keep telling yourself that.
At 36 years of age, still dumb as hell. Dumb. So stay the night. I wake up at like 8 in the morning. He's gone. I knew he would be gone. Let's also, when we got to the hotel room, obviously we showered. Baby, I'd never once seen this man
We showered? Okay. Shower together? No.
without something on his head. You know that's a bad sign, right? Like you wouldn't put a do-rag on or whatever that was, his dreads. You wouldn't put that thing on your head to protect your hair. Cut it out. That hairline is on the struggle bus. I already know it. It has to be. It can't. There's no other alternative. Anywho, yeah.
Again, it's just ironic, isn't it? You've got all these fake enhancements, and yet you're pointing and laughing at his insecurities while you're also compensating for yours.
I called him like when I woke up because I was hungover. And we had a little slight conversation, and he was like, "Hey, I gotta handle XYZ." Okay, go handle your business. I have not heard from that man.
So this man bounced at 8 a.m. and she ended up calling him. She's like, "Hey, what's up? Where are you at?" So this guy she's talking down on this whole time, she's kind of chasing him. We had a night together. We stayed the night, had some drinks. I woke up at 8 a.m. and he was gone, and I called him. Where'd you go? What's up?
Sense. He did exactly what I told him he would do. And I really hate that for him because he's dead to me. Dead, bitch. I called
So he ghosted you? I called.
him a couple of times after that to like cuss him out, and he acted like he was just so busy with work. So busy with work and his child that he just couldn't fathom having this conversation right now, and that he would call me back. He called me back one time I was asleep, and I have yet to have a conversation with him. Baby, he has since gotten the "you are dead to me and you are a fucking loser" text message, which I have not heard back from. I also think I blocked him, so I won't be getting that correspondence back from him. But I say all that to say, to you nice guys out there that, you were hoping that when
So you got pumped and dumped by the guy you friend zoned, and now you're super bitter.
I might give you a chance. I'm not interested in anybody. If you're not my type, I'm not even entertaining the thought of talking to you.
So she's painting this guy, or she's like talking about this guy as if she is just so out of his league, and yet this guy that you finally gave a chance to, he's not interested and he ghosted you. What does that say about your league? Like, is this guy actually out of your league? Because it doesn't sound like it. It sounds like you might be out of his. I don't know. It might be time to reconsider where you stand.
Ruined it for all of you. Welcome. Thank you for joining my TED Talk. I am done embarrassing myself for the day. Here we are. I swore I wasn't going to make any more response videos to this, but since I'm getting attacked on YouTube, I'm getting attacked on here, I thought I would elaborate some. All right. So people think that I'm just upset that he ghosted me after I made him chase me for so long. That's not the case. Let me make it really clear. I made that video for entertainment purposes. My life is literally hilarious. Like 10 billion things have happened since then that are way more entertaining than this. But of course, there has some sense of a negative connotation to it. So y'all gotta just grab this and hold on to it because y'all think y'all got all the answers on the internet. So I made it to be entertaining. You guys are clearly entertained. 2, sometimes you just gotta like get something off your chest, and then it's like, whew, that was cathartic, and I'm gonna move on. My real reasoning for doing that video, other than the entertainment, was because I was trying to make a point of, like, although this man used to, let me use my words wisely with you all, I used to confide in him. He used to always be like, I would never do you like that, Adrian. Those men are so stupid. You're such a, you're wifey material. You're this, you're that. And we forged some type of relationship over those 10 years. I'm not going to say that he was just some creep that I didn't know on the internet. Again, we had
Yeah, but that's how you presented it.
met previously, and I thought he was a good person. That's why I entertained him. That's why I did respond when I actually responded, because I thought he was a nice person. I just wasn't attracted to him as someone that I would date, not because he was unattractive, just because I wasn't in the space to date him, or I just did not think that he was dating material for me. I thought we were more so better as friends, which leads to why I made the video. I thought we were friends, and I thought he would understand that. I've told him a million times that I have gotten disrespected and ghosted and cheated on by other people in the past, and he promised me he would never do such a thing, right? So there was an open line of communication. My main issue was that after our date, or whatever you want to call that, our evening, if you were not attracted to me or you didn't feel like we were a good combination or I was dry, whatever you want to say, why wouldn't you just say, hey, Adrian, I really didn't catch a vibe with you, but, nonetheless, you still are a great person. I would love to still continue some type of friendship. That's a true adult. That's maturity, right? That's what I anticipated from him at the very least. And again, I had an expectation for him. Whenever you have expectations of people,
First off, there's a lot to this we're actually not getting filled in on. Now she's saying they met up a bunch of times before this, actually. She's known him for a while. And over these 10 years, actually, he's not just some random who has been talking to himself in her DMs. No, it's a friend she's had a friendship with for about a decade, and they've met up on multiple occasions. And it's a man she confided in. So this isn't just some random loser with a shitty hairline like she's saying he is. This is a friend of hers. And if I had to guess, and I've said it in the past, that I think sometimes we underestimate what men are willing to do to sleep with a woman. So there's this thing where it's like make a guy wait, and then that's how you know that when you sleep with him, he'll be willing to commit. I'm like, well, you kind of underestimate what a guy would be willing to do. Like if there's a guy and he's talking to multiple women, and then one of them says, hey, I want you to wait maybe a couple of months and then we can sleep together. People think that's just going to DQ him. That's going to disqualify him. He's going to say, I'm not willing to wait that long. So I'm just going to stop talking to you. No, he's probably I'm not saying probably, but it may happen to where he says, okay, totally okay. And he will wait and he will wait. And perhaps while he's waiting, he's talking to other women in between. And then that day comes where he sleeps with her and he's like, oh, you thought I was just some sucker that was going to wait around and then just be willing to commit to you, but you're not a virgin. You haven't done this with other men, and you thought this was going to work on me. I think people underestimate what men are willing to do. And perhaps this guy was willing to hang out in the friend zone. And here's the thing. It's not something I would do because, I don't want to give my attention to random women. That's just like I value my attention. And so if I'm not getting what I want in return, I'm not going to just continue to give it to you. However, there are plenty of other men who will. Plenty of men in the friend zone out there just waiting for their time to shine. And I think this guy was one of them. So he had been waiting, listening to all these sob stories of her talking about how this guy smashed and dashed or how this guy treated her wrong. So it's like he was the guy she would go to cry about the other guys. And this entire time, he was just like, oh, yeah, that sucks. Those guys are awful. I wouldn't do that to you. I would marry you. You're wife material. And then he got his chance. And he's like, see ya. You treated me like shit this entire time. And now you're getting older. You're 36. Now you finally want to give me a try. Fuck you. I think that might have been what happened. But again, like I said, we're missing a lot of details. So it's really hard for me to know what's going down. Yeah.
well, you're generally going to get let down, right? So that's all that is. I have moved on. I don't care. I'm sure he doesn't give a fuck. We have not, communicated in any capacity since then, and I'm okay. Okay. I think y'all are more hurt than I am. And it's sad. But these videos like these guys are doing on YouTube and now women as well, it's straight attacking me like because I said not in my league. That was for a lack of better words. When I don't even remember what I was trying to get across, but it's like that was so triggering to y'all. Some lady said she's not Beyonce, guys. I'm like, never claimed to be. I'm Adrienne Michelle. Like I am who I am, and I'm perfectly comfortable and secure in who I am. Like ease up off the brakes, my friend. Like I just don't understand. I'll never understand because it's not me, and y'all live in y'all's own world. But yeah, I don't think I'm in a league just because I'm pretty. I just think I fuck with a certain caliber of man.
You just did it again.
And I did not date within that caliber.
You just did it again. You literally just said the same thing. Just replace the word caliber with league, and you just said the same thing. What does this say about the man who you deem not to be at your caliber ghosting you? You might need to go back to the drawing board and reassess what your caliber really is or what your league really is, because it doesn't really seem like you have a strong understanding of it.
I'm not wrong for saying that. I'm sure you guys have boundaries and, boxes that you put people in as well, but fucking nail me to the cross, why don't you? But yeah, um, I don't, I'm not really big on this influencer thing. I post on social media because it's entertaining. But y'all are making it not fun. Anyways, have a great day.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, don't be surprised when you say some stupid shit that you probably say in real life to your girlfriends or to other people, just in your circle in real life. And you say it online, and these people who don't know you, they're not really going to be inclined to kind of walk on eggshells. They're going to tell you the truth. They're going to give it to you straight. And so typically people have like a knee-jerk response to arrogant people. You're kind of shitting on this guy who, it's just like, yeah, don't do that. You're coming off arrogant. You think your shit don't stink. And honestly, it's just, there's plenty of women like you out there on the internet. And I think a lot of people are kind of getting sick of it. And it's kind of hard to ignore just how arrogant a lot of these women are. And I think makeup is one of those reasons. Some of them forget the fact that that's not what they actually look like. And again, I'm not completely anti-makeup, right? But it's just in this case, it's like, okay, if you're going to start pointing fingers, let's talk about those fake eyelashes that you're wearing again. It makes a massive difference. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it, but you get used to a woman wearing those fake eyelashes and then she takes them off. You're like, whoa, what's going on here? Did you just come out of a fire? Like, did get burnt off? Where are your eyelashes? It just makes a massive difference. So you want to talk? Yeah, whatever. Anyways, I think that's where this video ends.
I don't know about you.
Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and end it there as well. If you enjoyed that, leave a subscription and a like. Check out some of my other videos, and I'll see you later.